On today's episode of LiveLeanTV, I'm sharing the top 5 ways to naturally lower blood pressure. In addition to this, I'll also be sharing what blood pressure is, which lifestyle factors increase blood pressure, what is the normal blood pressure for adults, and which foods and supplements may help naturally lower blood pressure. So I'll include the timestamps to each of these topics in the description below. And I should also mention that a lot of this information came from the research conducted by the Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic. And this topic was important to me due to a past experience I had with what I thought was high blood pressure, but fortunately the results from my high blood pressure test was due to my anxiety, but I'll talk about that more in a bit. And before we dive in, guys, do me a huge favor and tap the like button down below to show your support for this channel. This helps tell the algorithm to send this content out to more people. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and want to live lean 365 days a year, don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on. So with that said, let's jump into it. Let's first quickly talk about what is blood pressure. So high blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is a major risk factor of heart disease and stroke. So as the heart pumps blood, the force of the blood pushing against the artery walls is blood pressure. And when the arteries get stiff, it causes blood pressure to go up. So which lifestyle factors increases your blood pressure? So the following lifestyle factors reduce your blood vessels' flexibility and the ability to dilate, thus increasing blood pressure. I'm talking about unhealthy diet that's high in sugar, processed foods with high in sodium, excessive alcohol, stress, lack of physical activity, being obese or overweight, poor sleep, and cigarette smoking. Not good. So what is the normal blood pressure for adults? Well, the normal guideline for arresting good blood pressure is often defined as 120/80. So let's talk about what those numbers mean. So the top number is known as the systolic pressure. Now this measures the pressure caused by the heart contracting to push the blood out. Now, the bottom number is the diastolic pressure, and this measures the pressure when the heart relaxes and fills up with blood. So when you measure your blood pressure, don't be alarmed if your blood pressure in the morning is different than when you measure it at different times of the day. So when you measure your blood pressure in the morning after a good night's sleep or rest or a deep breathing meditation session, you'll typically be lower than if you measure it in the afternoon or in the evening. Now, your blood pressure may also be temporarily higher after a night of poor sleep, after eating a big meal, after drinking caffeine, including your coffee, or during a stressful moment in your life. And I can attest to this because I have personal experience with this. So back in July 2019, I visited the doctor for my vasectomy. Side note, we hit the jackpot with a beautiful daughter and a beautiful son, so we were 100% certain that we didn't want any more kids. However, the thought of the doctor making a snip around my goodies obviously made me nervous, and my anxiety was higher than usual. And I also had a caffeinated pre-workout drink, and I worked out before my doctor's appointment. So before making the snip, the nurse checked my blood pressure, and she was surprised that it came back higher than anticipated. So she took a look at me, and she quickly assured me that it was probably just a case of white coat syndrome. Now, white coat syndrome often just occurs when blood pressure readings are higher at a doctor's office due to the patient's anxiety of being at the doctor's office. So even though this made complete sense to me, based on my personality, I just needed further confirmation. So to ease my anxiety, my doctor recommended that I buy a blood pressure monitor so I could measure my blood pressure in a controlled environment. So she told me to measure it first thing in the morning for the next 5 days. So to do this, I simply ordered this blood pressure monitor on Amazon for $40. And if you want one, I'll link it down below. So then I measured my blood pressure every morning for the next week and tracked it in the app that comes with the blood pressure monitor. So the good news is, as expected, my blood pressure came back normal when I was in a rested and relaxed state. So long story short, even if you live a healthy lifestyle, your environment and other short-term stressful factors can temporarily increase your blood pressure. However, if you are overweight, you eat an unhealthy diet, you don't work out, you drink a lot of alcohol, you're stressed, you don't sleep, and you smoke cigarettes, having high blood pressure should be a major concern. So here are the top 5 ways to naturally lower blood pressure and manage it for life. Number 1, lose weight, especially from your waistline. So weight loss is one of the most important ways to naturally lower blood pressure. When you are obese or you're overweight, your heart has to work harder to circulate blood throughout your body. And according to the Mayo Clinic, carrying too much weight around your waistline increases your risk of high blood pressure. So the Mayo Clinic suggests that men are at a risk of high blood pressure if their waist measurement is greater than 40 inches, and women are at risk of high blood pressure if their waist measurement is greater than 35 inches. And according to the Cleveland Clinic, a general rule of thumb is that every kilogram you lose, your blood pressure can decrease by a millimeter of mercury. Now, if you're wondering how you can start losing weight, this leads me to the second way to naturally lower blood pressure: following a healthy diet high in high quality whole foods. So the most important aspect of losing weight is your diet. This includes following a healthy diet filled with lots of high quality, complete proteins high in amino acids, healthy fat high in omega-3s, and fruits and vegetables. So studies show eating at least 25% of your calories from protein can decrease blood pressure, since the protein can help dilate and decrease pressure in the blood vessels. So high quality, complete protein sources high in amino acids include meat, fish, chicken, and eggs. Now these complete protein sources will keep you feeling full and reduce your hunger, so you eat less calories throughout the day and build more metabolism boosting lean muscle tissue. And grass-fed beef and fish is also high in the healthy omega-3 fats, EPA and DHA, which, as I'll share shortly, may also help you naturally lower blood pressure. And if you currently have high blood pressure, it's also very important to limit the amount of processed foods high in sodium. Not only are processed foods high in sodium, they're also very fattening, as they are essentially empty calories, meaning they don't fuel your body or fill you up. And too much sodium intake, regardless if it's pink Himalayan salt or sea salt or just regular table salt, can increase blood pressure. So the American Heart Association recommends a maximum of 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. However, if this is a challenge for you, the Cleveland Clinic acknowledges that many people can still get away with 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, as that extra 800 milligrams does not seem to drastically increase blood pressure. So other foods that may help lower blood pressure include cocoa powder. Now, cocoa powder contains flavonols, which may help dilate blood vessels and lower pressure. So simply add cocoa powder to your smoothies and coffee. Next up is spinach. So spinach contains potassium, magnesium, and folate to maintain normal blood flow. So in addition to adding spinach to your salads, you can also add spinach to your smoothies. Garlic. So garlic contains specific compounds that may help lower blood pressure. So start adding more garlic powder or minced garlic or roasted garlic to your favorite meals. Pumpkin. So pumpkin contains potassium, which helps flush out excess sodium. So you can add canned pumpkin puree to your favorite homemade baked goods, such as these pumpkin chocolate chip bars that I made on the channel. Beets and watermelon. So beets and watermelon help decrease blood pressure, can help dilate and increase the flexibility of your blood vessels. All right, the next natural way is working out. So guys, it's time to get active. Exercise in the form of cardio and weight training helps control blood pressure by keeping your blood vessels flexible so they can dilate when needed. And being active also helps reduce the risk of obesity, which is a key contributor to high blood pressure. And when most people think about weight loss, they often think they only need to do cardio. Sure, cardio activities such as walking can help. However, following a properly structured workout program that combines weight training and cardio is key for sustainable weight loss and blood pressure management. So by lifting weights, you will add more lean muscle mass to your body, your metabolism will increase, thus you'll be burning more calories and body fat throughout the day. So this is why building muscle is the often missing key factor in sustainable fat loss. And the fourth way is supplements. So the following supplements may help naturally lower blood pressure. Potassium. So when it comes to blood pressure, potassium is an important electrolyte that does the inverse of sodium. So if your potassium intake is low, it may also increase blood pressure. Magnesium. Taking a high quality magnesium supplement a day may help lower blood pressure by relaxing the body, calming the nervous system, lowering heart rate, and relaxing your blood vessels. Next up is a high quality fish oil. Taking a high quality omega-3 fish oil may help lower blood pressure by improving blood flow and vasodilation. I've been supplementing with this high quality fish oil from Nordic Naturals for years. And the last two are vitamin D3 and a garlic extract. The last tip to help naturally lower blood pressure is to reduce alcohol consumption. So it is recommended for men to limit alcohol to 2 drinks or less per day, and for women to limit alcohol to 1 drink per day. So there you go, LiveLean Nation. Those were your top 5 ways to naturally lower blood pressure. I hope this helped, and let me know in the comments below, when was the last time you had your blood pressure measured, and which of these blood pressure management tips helped you the most? Thanks for watching, and keep living lean.